Hello, Himalayan friends. I'm Miss Zhang Qiang. Welcome to Himalaya Lesson 5. I found all the successful people in the world, people who love to learn. Why do they all love to study? Because there is only learning, so that you can truly succeed. Many people find it hard to make money. Many people find it hard to start a business. Many people find investing difficult. At first, teacher Shou Wenqiang was the same, but when I get rich today, I look back on my life. How did I get here? I suddenly discovered there was a biggest secret, that making money can be easy. Investing can also be simple. Starting a business can also be simple. Starting from scratch can be simple. Why can it be so simple? Let me give you an example. For a man who can walk, walking is not easy. If you can walk, you must think walking is the easiest thing in the world. For a man who can talk, speaking simply is not easy. You would think this is the easiest thing in the world to say. For someone who can drive, he'll find it easy to drive. For people who can swim, he'll find swimming easy. But for people who can't, they'll find it hard. Then why do you think walking is so easy? Speak very simply, driving is easy, swimming is easy. The reason is simple. Because you learned it. Because you studied. So you will. So it's pretty simple. Why do you find it so hard? Because you won't. So you find it hard. Why wouldn't you? Because you didn't learn. So there are two very important things to say. These two sentences, if you can understand, your destiny can literally change by magic. These two sentences, if you understand, I really can become the happiest person in the world. You really can be the world, the most successful man. You could be the richest man in the world. Then these two words are that everything will be simple. No, it's hard. Everything is learned. Nothing can be learned until it is learned. You will find, in this world, everything will be simple. Nothing is ever difficult. Everything is learned. Nothing can be learned until it is learned. In other words, the reason you think walking is so easy, and then talking is easy, driving is easy, swimming is easy, because you will. So you thought it was easy. Then why do you think why would you? Because you learned it. If you never learned to walk as a child, you must find it hard to walk. If you've never learned to drive, you must find it hard to drive. If you've never learned to swim, you must find swimming difficult. It's no use changing the pool all the time. Learn to swim. Can you swim wherever you go? Then why do you find it so hard? Because you won't. Why wouldn't you? Because you didn't learn. Walking is like this. Driving is like that. Swimming is so. What about making money? The same is true. The same is true of entrepreneurship. The same goes for investing. In other words, Mr. Shou used to have nothing. The biggest difference with you. You may spend money, spend time in learning what you want. But for more than a decade, Mr. Shou, they're all spending time and money learning one thing. Learning how to make money. Learn how to start a business. Learn how to invest. You might be able to drive. You might be able to cook. You might make clothes. But Mr. Shou doesn't know any of those things. You might think these things are simple. But for me, it's hard. Why? Because you studied. Because I didn't learn. In fact, how difficult it is for you to learn to repair cars. The same way you learn to make money. The reason we have different fates. Simply because we learned something different yesterday. What you learned yesterday shapes your life today. Many poor people are poor because you spent your whole life learning things that make you poor. We divide the world's learning into three kinds. Three kinds of learning. The first kind of learning is called schooling. The second is called skills-based education. The third is called financial intelligence education. When you get your first kind of schooling, they will raise your IQ, teach you the ability to read and write. But in school, no one ever taught you how to make money. Previous class teachers will tell us an unchanging formula for success. Go to school well, get a good job someday. So school is a place to train employees. After we got out of school, they all went to work as employees. So we've been employees all our lives. If we have not learned the second skill, we can only be employees for the rest of our lives. And employees are the poorest people in the world. No money, no time. Therefore, our parents showed us the second way. Says the kid pays to get a degree, pay to learn a trade. Let's learn how to drive, learn English as a lawyer. After we learn this science, who will we become? We'll be senior employees. We're gonna be a senior employee. At best, after you make money, let's be a little boss. But we still have to do it ourselves. Those of us who took Mr. Shu's business class know that. Or those of you who have read our Himalayan financial business. Oh no, we divide the people who make money in this world into 4 types. Type I employee, miner of the second kind, boss freelancer, a third kind of entrepreneur, and a fourth kind of investor. Employees and small business owners are 97%. Men on the left, they have no money. You don't have time to work your whole life, and they work for only one income. It's called active income. The money is in the initiative. No initiative, no money. So in employees and small bosses, people in the freelancer quadrant, they just keep working, work away. Entrepreneurs and investors on the right, they don't need to work because they have people working for him, got money to work for him. They can earn passive income. What is passive income? Income that helps you earn money without you having to work. It's called passive income. So, when you get your second education, you can only be a left person. Become an employee or a small boss freelancer. And the third kind of education, financial business education, teach you how to start a business and become an entrepreneur, how to invest and become an investor. But there are many people in our country. I've never had this kind of learning in my life. There's no boss in China before starting a business. Would you pay to learn how to be a boss? Very few. There is no investor in China before going to invest. And then you learn how to invest, right? Even less. Why do many people lose money by speculating on stocks? Because they never spend money to learn how to trade stocks. Mitchell has a disciple. After 90, he made tens of millions of dollars by trading stocks. When he first traded stocks, he asked his family for $2 million, not the stock market with $2 million. I'm using the $2 million. Took every stock market class in China. When he spent the $2 million, all the courses have been completed. When he already knows how to play stocks, he asked his father for another $1 million. Take $1 million. Speculation in the stock market across the sea for 5 years. Never lost money. Mr. Buffett is the same way. Many people lost money in the stock market. I am a Mr. Buffett. How did he cross the ocean for 45 years? Never lost money. Since he's a freshman from college, when I decided to learn the stock market, he just kept spending money to learn the skills of how to play the stock market. That's what makes you a god. So I want all of our families, be sure to learn financial business education. We have to spend time and money learning how to start a business, learn how to invest, learn how to make money. Learning how to make money help us make money. Only in this way, our Chinese dream can be realized. Why is the financial business dream the Chinese dream? Why did Miss Zhou say, when we all over China, everyone has financial intelligence sometimes. China will certainly be rich and strong. It really is. Why is the failure rate so high in China? The investment failure rate is so high. While abroad, the entrepreneurship rate per capita in the United States is 80 times that of China. Nasdaq is 2.5 times larger than China. Why? Because of the Americans. After they graduate from college, it means learning has just begun. And the Chinese, graduation from university means the end of learning for life. So here is really an appeal to everyone. Success is really simple. You want to do something, study first, and then do it. You want to make money, learn how to make money. You want to start a business, just learn how to start a business. Okay, and then you want to drive. Why don't you just learn how to drive? In fact, life is sometimes so simple. Happiness also needs to be learned. You want your marriage to be happy. You're going to learn how to manage sexual happiness. You want to educate your children. Let the children become talents. Then you have to learn one. How do you educate your own children? Parent-child relationship. How do you make your child's dreams come true? Hold up the dream. Help him realize his dream. You want to be sexually happy. Then you have to study. 2. You really need to learn. So you have to learn to do anything. So learning is what makes you successful. Learn before you do anything. What about learning what we learn? We divide learning into 2 steps. The first step, most of us are learning methods. Learn a skill. But I want to tell all of us here, learn from the successful methods and experiences of others. It'll just get you killed because someone else's way is better. What works for him may not work for you. His method is better. What works for him may not work for you. His method is better. With the change of the times, it will be obsolete one day. The only constant in this world is change. So what should you learn? You should learn the thinking behind the success of others. What is thinking? Method of producing method. When you learn from others' successful thinking, you can turn around. Use this thinking to your advantage. You can develop your own method. So the lowest level of learning is learning methods. The highest state of learning thinking. 是概quotient. It's the only science in the world that deals with thinking. Miss Shou doesn't talk about methods in any of her classes. They don't talk about technique. It's all about training my students' minds. Because thinking determines action. Behavior determines results. When you want to be rich, first, learn to think like a rich person. Because when you start thinking like a rich man, you will act in the way the rich think. All you have to do is change your behavior. Your results are likely to change. So it doesn't matter if you read a book in the future. Just take a class. You must learn from him how he thinks. That's how he gave birth to the method. Learn from Jack Ma, with Shi Yusho, with Terry Gou, with Wang Yongqing, with Li Kaoxing, Huang Guangyu Jobs, Bill Gates. Learn the thinking behind their success, and then turn around and use it for yourself, and then develop their own way. This is the highest state of learning. There is a chance to walk into Teacher Shu's course. Mr. Zhou will train you in financial intelligence. Will train you to think like a leader. Because there are only two kinds of people in this world. 3% of the people control 97% of the world's wealth, and the other 97%. They only share 3% of the wealth in this society. 3% of people are called leaders. 97% of people are called led. A leader is a leader. The led is the slave. There is only one relationship between people. 3% winners, losers, rich, poor. In my opinion, there is only one relationship between 3% and 97%. It's the relationship between the leader and the led. This is the relationship between people. The same is true of people and money. The reason you're not making money today, because you're a slave to money. You've worked for money all your life. So you're 97% of the people, and 3% of the population. Rich people never work for money. Make money work for him. Become the leader of money. So how do you become a money leader? We became leaders of people. You can be the leader of money. So how can we be leaders of people? We have to have a leadership mindset. And financial intelligence is about leadership. Welcome everyone. Have the opportunity to walk into Teacher Shu's class scene. You can also keep an eye on us. Courses in the Himalayas. You can also pay attention to Teacher Shu's market. 168 live streaming platform. I can continue to follow Mr. Zhou to learn financial intelligence. Change your leadership mindset. I'm Miss Zhou Wenqiang. Hope we all wish everyone friends who can hear this sharing, can start learning today, can start learning financial intelligence today. Because this is the most lacking ability of our Chinese people. War between nations. The future is a battle between business and business. Only we Chinese have financial intelligence. We China can be strong. So spreading financial intelligence is Teacher Shu's mission. It's also Teacher Shu's dream. Mr. Zhou used to have nothing, because I learned in financial intelligence. Make me a billionaire. The reason why I have achieved wealth freedom today, still willing to stand on the podium, is the desire to be able to spread financial intelligence, helping more people achieve their dreams. Help our great China realize the Chinese dream. Because I'm Chinese. I love my country. I love my people. I love you as myself. We'll see you next time in the Himalayas.